Here's a look at your market recap on this Monday, the 13th day of January. It's back to business for sale barns around the state as the main roads are now clear and the backcountry roads are at least traversable enough to get some cattle out into the auction barn. China livestock market, they're expecting to have about 2,500 head today. A couple of stick-out sales that we've seen there early was a load of 636-pound steers at $329. A load of 738-pound steers brought $299.50. Callaway Livestock Center, they're expecting to have about 3,000 head today. A few stick-out sales there early included 71 head of 584-pound heifers at $327.75. We had 44 head of 564-pound steers at $360. 36 head of 759-pound steers at $301. A full load of 835-pound steers sold at $279, and then 112 head, 971 pounds, $256.50. Feeder cattle auction day at the Joplin Regional Stockyards. They're expecting to have about 8,500 head today compared to 2 weeks ago. Their feeder steers and heifers sell anywhere from $2 to $20 higher. The steers in Joplin, 400 to 500 pounds, $370 to $440. 5 to 6 weights at $320 to $390. 6 to 7 weights at $254 to $325. 7 to 8 weights at $263 to $291. 8 to 9 weights at $254 to $278. 900 to 1,000 pound steers at $243 to $254. The heifers in Joplin, 400 to 500 pounds at $300 to $370. 5 to 6 weights at $279 to $333. 6 to 7 weights at $251 to $287. 7 to 8 weights at $240 to $268, and some 8 to 850-pound heifers at $242.5 to $244. Box beef cutout values. Choice closed up 51 cents, $333.35. Select at $317.57. That's up $3.43. That's narrowed that Choice Select spread to $15.78. Volume today, 118 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. Taking a look at the negotiated feedlot trade sales reported so far this week. Just light trade, about 700 head scattered around in some of the feeding regions. Live sales have been at $200 even, and the dress sales at $320. Last week, when all was said and done, we had about 77,000 head confirmed negotiated sales. The weighted average price on the live sale setting a new record, $202.33. Dress sales, weighted average price there at $320.29. Taking a look at the closing futures markets for Monday, we did see some losses on Monday, hopefully just a small correction coming in there. Maybe some profit taking perhaps. Live cattle for February, $197.40, down $1.37. April at $198.20, down $1.27. June at $192.52, down $1.57. Feeder cattle for January, 50 cents lower, $271.85. March, down $1.50, $267.90. April, down $1.85, $268.32. Lean hogs, February was up 62 cents at $83.17. April, $89.30, up 62. And May, $94.07, up 55. Turning our attention to the grain markets, soybeans at the elevators around the state, 23 to 28 cents higher. Wheat up 14. Corn, 3 lower to 6 higher. And Milo, 6 higher. Corn bids in St. Louis, 482 to 487. St. Joe, 452. Kansas City, 436 to 469. Grain sorghum in Kansas City at 461. Soybean bids in St. Louis, 1071 to 1075. Kansas City, 1003 to 1053. Wheat bids in St. Louis, 555 to 565, and Kansas City at 515. On the Board of Trade, a lot of green across the grain markets as they continue to jump higher following those reports from Friday. Corn for March up 6, 476.5. May up 7.25, 486.75. Soybeans January up 28 cents, 1041.5. March up 27.75 at 1053. Wheat contracts March 14.25 higher, 545. May up 13.25, 556.75. Soybean meal for January was up $9.60 a ton at $300.20. Soybean oil for January up 42 cents a hundredweight at $45.47. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's a recap of your markets for Monday. This is Tony Hancock.